He has published around 30 research papers in the state, national, and international journals and conferences. He has worked as an e-content writer and course coordinator for EPG Pathshala project of MHRD and developed e-contents and modules on C, C++ programming. He has published articles and written books. He has been invited to deliver lectures in different colleges in Pune. He has organized various seminars and workshops. He has membership of various organizations like SPEED, International Association of Engineers. He is in the BOS of Ferguson College. He is the exam officer in Ferguson College. And other than that, he has won state level championship in black belt, judo karate. He has notched the top ranked teacher award in 2009 and 2016. He was awarded the teacher fellowship UGC 11 plan. He won the best research paper award twice. And he is also active in social activities also. He was selected the post of assistant director of UPSC in 2002. He has actively worked as a presiding officer in the elections. He has organized medical camps, farmer excellency program, including farmer study tour, rural youth business development camp. He has been working as the coordinator and examiner of Vignaharta Nyasa, Pune Police Ganesh Festival activity from 2008. So now I would like to invite Dr. Lebde to deliver his lecture on the simulation program PSpice. Over to you, sir.
So we welcome this multi-talented faculty in our session here. So girls, you are fortunate to have Labde sir today that he is going to deliver some tips for the PSpice. Okay. So sir, to you.
First of all, I would like to thank Professor Swati and Professor Anita Madam for giving me an opportunity to talk the SYBSc students of computer science. So whatever they briefed about me, uh, actually I told them that don't explore all these things, but still they have explored, so there is no problem. But I am not one person in this category, so you will find thousands and thousands peoples like this. Okay, so today I will be delivering a talk on simulation software using PSpice. Friends, as you know that PSpice or simulations are generally used everywhere. So if you go to the RTO for learning license, so they are also using simulators to test people from various aspects. So similarly in electronics field, you'll find so many simulation tools, simulation softwares. Okay, so we will see some of them uh, which can be used for your further practicals. So now you know right now there is a problem due to COVID-19 pandemic situation, and it is very difficult to conduct practical physically in the laboratory. Therefore, people they uh, came across for various simulations and simulators. So actually, they can perform practical virtually. Virtual practical means you don't need physical component, physical laboratory, physical wires, breadboard, instrument. Without this, one can practical on computers, and they can see the result on the computer. Correct. So this is what simulators. Already, Anita Madam mentioned about my research, and one of the topic was modeling and simulation. So for modeling and simulation, I used various softwares. So one of them was PSpice, MATLAB, Multisim, Simplorer, and so on. So if you Google, you will find so many softwares, simulators available. You can use any one simulation software which you feel convenient. Uh, Sometimes you may use free softwares, trial version softwares, because if you go for professional softwares, you need to pay, correct? But as a beginner, you don't need to take professional software. You may take a trial version or student version for beginning purpose, correct? So let us see uh, what kind of things can be seen under this. Uh, is my screen visible to you
No, sir.
No, sir.
now? Okay. Now is
No,
screen
sir.
visible? No. Okay. Just wait a minute.
Sir, open that screen. Huh? Yes.
Yeah. Now
Yes,
is it?
sir.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Okay. So given topic to me is simulation software using PSpice. Or you may modify that topic like basic circuit simulation using PSpice software. First of all, we will see what is mean by PSpice, correct? So everybody knows a long form of PSpice. P stands for personal computer, S for simulation, P for program, I for integrated, C for circuit, and E for emphasis. So personal computer simulation program integrated circuit emphasis is the long form of PSpice. Uh, Let us see one small video, 1 minute video, which will highlight the purpose of simulator in different field. So here I am having two different links given. So I will just open one link and just watch it for just 1 minute. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can see that lady is driving a car with simulator. So you know that is not real car. So everything is simulated, even the car and roads, everything. Everything is simulated. So she's training herself using that simulator, correct? So similarly, you will find such simulators in electronics. So you know, for flight training or for learning vehicle, for different sections, people are using simulator. Even though in ARI, I saw one vehicle tester using simulator. After this, we will see what is use of PSpice or what is PSpice. Already I told long form of PSpice. So why people uses PSpice? You know, a experienced person in electronics field or in research field, it is very difficult to predict behavior of the circuit, behavior of the electrical circuit. Simple circuits can be predicted very easily, but if you go for difficult circuit or critical circuits, so it is very difficult to analyze the working of that circuit or various parameters of that circuit. And therefore, you need a tool which will simulate your circuit and produce the result. So critical circuit parts are really analyzed by physically constructed circuits on breadboard and subsequent measurements. So you know, you go to the lab, you use this breadboard, physical component, instruments, then you build circuit, then you go for measurement, you plot a graph, and from that you'll understand the behavior of the circuit, correct? So Uh, Here in PSpice, you don't require these things. Uh, Nowadays, there is a trend towards virtually simulated measurements. So, in any simulator software, you will find all dedicated equipment, virtual equipments. Those are used for measurement purpose or testing purpose, like your CRO, signal generator, power supply, or spectrum analyzer, and all types of components are there. So these components or devices or instruments, they are modeled. So they are just showing icon, but behind icon, there is a mathematical model or empirical model written by that PSpice developer. So with the help of this PSpice, the development cycle of any product gets shorter and shorter. Simulation can be used to make statement that correlate with measurements. Correct? So we are measuring certain parameters and we will correlate with our statement. Second, this any PSpice that is widely used for circuit simulation program. Some softwares, some simulator comes from Cadence company, and PSpice is virtual experimentation tool. So you are performing experiment virtually with the help of computers or laptops, and you can predict the behavior of the circuit. Already I mentioned for any simulator or PSpice, you don't need any physical laboratory. You don't need physical component, devices, wires, connectors, etc., etc. Second thing, you don't have to work on modeling of the component. Model, mathematical model, empirical, physical, black box, etc. These are the different types of models. PSpice user, there is no need to work on model of the component or model of the device. And using any PSpice, you have access to unlimited thousands of different components and devices. Those are required for your experimentation purpose. Then it is not feasible to hold such inventory work for prototyping, but it would take significantly more time to set up physical breadboard, run electrical test of your design. Suppose you have some idea in your mind. So without physical component, without your instrumentation, you cannot perform the practical. Sometimes some components are very costly, instruments are very costly, like spectrum analyzer. You need to invest lakhs of rupees. Similarly for the components, some components may available, may not available, and which would increase your designing time. So if you want to save your designing time, go for PSpice and test your idea before bringing actual components in the lab. One more important aspect, people, they are using MATLAB, Simulink, or various simulation-based softwares. MATLAB can be used as a simulator, but we don't say like that. But in MATLAB, we have a Simulink block, and using Simulink block, you can simulate the circuits or you can simulate different systems. Your PSpice is also linked with MATLAB or Simulink. If you are familiar with MATLAB or Simulink, you can write program in MATLAB and Simulink, and you can export or import program in PSpice. PSpice also simulate and analyzes your analog and mixed signal circuits. Your analog circuits can be simulated, digital circuits can be simulated, or mixed signal circuits can be simulated with the help of PSpice. Second important aspect about PSpice calculates complex node voltages and currents at each frequency across your design. So you are using Kirchhoff's voltage law, Kirchhoff's current law, Ohm's law, theorems, etc. for calculation of current and voltages. But if circuit is very complex, so you will find little bit difficulty in calculation of voltage, current, frequency, power at different nodes. So in PSpice, you are having readily available facility. You just select appropriate button and get a result. So you don't need to know various laws, theorems, etc. Second option they have providing, that is probes. So suppose you are using a dual trace oscilloscope in your lab. You can measure only two waveforms simultaneously. In PSpice, there is no limit. You can add various probes at different places and you can observe waveforms. Second generation of waveform is also important. Some instrument they generate sine, square, triangular, but sometimes you want your customized waveform. So customized waveform generation is also possible in PSpice. So you can test your circuit for any waveform. Sawtooth or piecewise waveform can be generated, and simulation can be studied for various waveforms. Even the plots for further analysis, that functionality is also there in PSpice. Why simulations are used? So actually simulations means you can perform practical on computer, virtual instrumentation. But suppose in pandemic situation you are using simulators. Suppose there is no such condition, then actually you need to prepare circuit on breadboard or on any circuit, and you can see actual, you can feel actual experience with actual circuit. But purpose of simulation is different. Right now we are considering alternative method of conducting practical. Right now there is a COVID-19 pandemic situation, therefore we are switching to the simulation. But actually this is not a purpose. So why we need simulations? Suppose I want to study a circuit which has very fast response or very slow response. Then in that case, you cannot perform these practicals in the lab, or you cannot observe input and output waveform for very small duration of time. Suppose response time is in terms of picosecond or nanosecond. So your CRO may not show you that response. Or if your system is very slow, like you want to discharge a battery, suppose your car battery, and your load is ordinary bulb. So if you connect a ordinary bulb to the battery, and if you want to see the response of discharging curve of that battery, which will take 10 hours, 20 hours, or 50 hours, or 100 hours to take the readings. And physically, it is not possible to sit in front of the experiment for 50 hours or 100 hours. So in that case, you can use simulators. So simulator will take down the readings and performance can be predicted or studied. Correct? So now here I'm having some points why simulations are used. Simulations are cheaper and safer. So why I'm saying cheaper and safer? Because you are using just hardly trial version of PSpice, and you can perform the practical. You don't need any investment. You don't need to bring component, breadboard, instrument. Still you can perform the practical. So it is cheaper. So why safer? You can give any voltage. In lab, there are some restrictions. you cannot give voltage more than 10, or you cannot give voltage more than 12 volt, not more than 100 milliamp current, something like that. So here you don't have to worry. You can give 100 volt to the IC 7400. You need to give only 5 volt. But in simulator, you can give 100 volt. So for 100 volt, that circuit will not function, but you will not find any problem. That component will not burn. You'll just get warning or messages. But in lab, this is not tolerated. If you give a high voltage, your IC will burn, your transistor will burn, component will burn, and that is not accepted in physical lab. But in simulation, these things are accepted because you are performing practicals on computer, so you don't have to worry about that. Even though simulations can often be even more realistic than traditional experiment. Already you saw one of the video. So that lady was driving a car, correct? And the environment was also created, like roads, then trees and other vehicles, correct? So you can simulate circuit under some free configuration environment, correct? So that is also possible in simulation. Simulations are often conducted for faster than real-time system. You don't need all physical things for performing practical, correct? So it is faster. Yeah, so modeling and simulations are used where system is too large. Already I said system is too large or too small or complex or fast or slow for a direct experimentation. Actually, this is the use of simulation where system is very big, very small, complex, very fast or very slow for direct experimentation. Actually, this is the need why people are preferring simulators or simulations. So if you go to PSpice or any simulator, you will find various types of simulators or PSpice. So already I mentioned there are some free versions available for PSpice, and second type is paid version, professional version. So here I try to give a category of PSpice. You can see there are two types of PSpice: DOS-based PSpice and window-based PSpice. Nowadays, people they are not using DOS-based PSpice. But if you see old books or 10 years back, people were using DOS-based PSpice. Even though I used DOS-based PSpice, and actually you can learn a lot using DOS-based PSpice. Because in DOS-based PSpice, uh, you will not find icons, ready-made icons. So you need to write a program using node numbers. Like there is a small circuit, and that circuit is described with the help of node numbers and component label, like resistor connected between node 1 and 0, capacitor C1 connected between node 2 and 0, voltage source connected between node 1 and 0, something like that. So instead of schematic, there you need to describe a circuit, or you can model a circuit in DOS-based PSpice. So you can learn a lot in DOS-based. But nowadays you'll find Windows-based PSpice. Here you don't need to describe the circuit. You just identify the component or find the symbol of component and attach these symbols and simulate the circuit. So window-based PSpice are very easy to program, but DOS-based PSpice you need to know a lot, and then you can perform the practicals on DOS-based PSpice. As far as window-based PSpice, there are two versions available. One of them is free, that is trial or student version, and second one is professional or paid, or sometimes you say pro. So these are the two versions of PSpice. So today we are going to see window-based PSpice free version. So what is analysis? So you take any PSpice, DOS or window, you will find different types of analysis. So now my question is, what is meant by analysis? You know, if you are having any problem, suppose fever, you are having fever or cough, what do? You go to the doctor. And what doctor does? Doctor measures your temperature, pulse rate, heart rate, etc. And then he diagnoses a patient. And then he will come to know that, okay, this person is having this kind of problem. And then he will recommend particular medicines to the student, to the person or patient. Similarly, if you go to the electronic engineer, then what he will do, if you give a circuit, he will not diagnose, he will analyze. Circuit will be analyzed. Suppose I have given a amplifier circuit. The electronic engineer will give some input to that circuit, will measure some output, will give current input, measure output voltage, will give input voltage, measure current at the output, and so on. And he will perform some experimentation with that circuit. And from that circuit or from that experiment or measurements, he will conclude something like this is amplifier circuit, or this is rectifier, or this is oscillator, something like that. So this is what analysis. So if you're having some readings or graphs in front of you, then person can analyze, can understand the circuit. So similarly, in PSpice, you are having various analysis command, correct? So let us see one by one. So already I said what is mean by analysis. So first analysis is bias point analysis. So what is bias point analysis? Suppose I'm having simple resistive network, and for that resistive network you are connected voltage source and current source and so on, and you are interested to know current and voltages at different node numbers. Suppose there are 10 nodes in your circuit, and you are interested to know what is current at node number 2, voltage at node number 5, current at node number 7, etc. So you know you are using Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's law, or different theorems for knowing voltages and currents at different nodes. So this can be done with bias point analysis. So this is also called as DC operating point analysis. And in PSpice, some commands are there like .op. .op is operating point analysis. Similarly, if you want to calculate sensitivity of the circuit, then .sense is the command. If you want to calculate gain, then you can use .tf command for finding DC gain. And sometimes TF is referred as a transfer function. You know, transfer function is the Laplace of output versus Laplace of input. And if circuit is complicated, and you know how Laplace transform is complicated for difficult circuit. So here just you write .tf and get the result. So you will get gain with the help of .tf. So next type of analysis is called as a DC sweep. Suppose you are having a DC circuit, and for DC circuit you need to give DC load, a DC voltage source. Sometimes you need to vary DC voltage source, like you are performing diode characteristics experiment, and your teacher says vary your input voltage. In PSpice, they have given option like DC sweep. In DC sweep, you can vary the input voltage and a graph can be calculated or plotted. Similarly, for AC sweep, you can vary the frequency for the circuit using AC sweep. DC sweep for varying DC voltage. Then already I said transfer function analysis, but here you have one more analysis that is called a transient analysis. So, you know, if you connect nonlinear component like resistor, inductor, diode, etc., or transistor to the circuit, and you are interested to see the response of circuit in terms of time. Suppose how capacitor charges or capacitor discharges. You know that is the function of time. So you can plot a graph of current or voltage with respect to time using transient analysis. So this is very popular for amplifier circuit or diode circuit or capacitor RC, RLC, etc. So we need transient analysis because we are interested to see response of circuit with time. Then, yeah, already I said this transient analysis is very popular, and you can plot various graphs. You can plot output as a function of time using transient analysis. Friends, there are so many analyses given in PSpice. It is very difficult to discuss all these analyses, but some of them, those are frequently used. Just I elaborated some of them. So there is one more analysis called as temperature analysis and stress analysis for the circuit. Suppose your madam says like perform amplifier experiment with temperature 200 degrees Celsius. You know, you cannot create that much 200 degrees Celsius temperature in the lab and perform the experiment. Sometimes your madam also says, okay, perform this experiment for 1000 degrees Celsius room temperature. It is not possible, correct? But in PSpice that is possible. You can mention the temperature range for your experiment. You know, your all circuit elements component, their response depends upon temperature. As you vary the temperature, response of component changes. So in PSpice, you know, all components are modeled, and one of the modeling parameter is temperature. Like your diode, if you see the equation of diode, like I equal to I0 e raised to QV by KT minus 1. So QV by KT, so that T is temperature. Means current of diode depends upon temperature, correct? So at the time of modeling diode, transistor, etc., they're taken care of temperature. And therefore, in PSpice, you can perform experimentation for different temperatures. Similarly, stress analysis, you can change the tolerance or parameters of the component, and you can study using PSpice. Even though sensitivity of the circuit can be checked using this. You might have heard one more type of analysis that is called as Monte Carlo analysis. So, you know, many people, they are using Monte Carlo analysis for research purpose. So generally this Monte Carlo analysis used for multiple components varied across their tolerance ranges. You know, if you consider just resistor with tolerance plus minus 10%, and if my resistor is of 1000 ohm, and you know resistance tolerance suppose 10%, that resistance value may go up to 1100 or 900. So 900 to 1100. So that resistance value may changes from 900 to 1100. So in that case, prediction becomes difficult. So for that purpose, one can use Monte Carlo analysis, and this will help to predict your production yield under different conditions. This can be used to identify which part can have their tolerances widened, reducing cost without sacrificing the performance. Sometimes you don't need to replace a particular component. If you know Monte Carlo analysis, with the help of this, you can reduce the cost without changing particular part of the circuit. So in PSpice, you will also find this kind of analysis, that is Monte Carlo analysis. And one more is stress analysis. I will not go into the detail for this. Then next type of analysis, that is optimizer. Optimizer optimizes analog circuit and systems to find best component values for your performance goals and constraints. So you can find out best component value. Otherwise, you take approximate component with plus minus tolerances. Even though you with that cost of component also increases. So here, if you want precise circuits, you will find best component value, and your performance of the circuit will be stable. So with the help of optimizer, you will get that. Then next type of analysis is parametric plotter. What it does, it model parameter in plot or tabular format. Suppose your circuit is DC, and for DC circuit you don't need any graph. So you'll get result in a tabular form. If your circuit is AC, you'll get graph in, you'll get plot instead of tabular result. Sometimes you need to model your component like resistor. If you want a resistor to behave like non-linear resistors like a sensor, light dependent resistor or temperature dependent resistor or voltage dependent resistor, in that case you need to define model of the resistor. So that is called as parametric model. So this is parametric plotter. So modeling of the component is different, and this is the plotter. So for plotting, if you want a result, results will be in two types. One of them is plot, and second one is tabular form results. Like you have two resistors and one voltage source, and somebody says calculate current and voltage. So you'll get result in tabular form. Instead of DC source, if I connect AC source and if I add some capacitor inductor in a circuit, so we'll get a result in graphical format. Okay, so that can be decided using parametric plotter. Correct? Is this screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is there any doubt till this?
I don't think so. We can start with the simulation part.
Yeah, I can.
Because-
Yeah. Suppose I can start simulation part, no problem. But you should know what are the limitations of simulation. Correct? Otherwise, you'll feel okay, everything can be done, everything is possible. But see, you are using limited version, and you should know limitations of your PSpice. Correct? So if you are taking PSpice 9.1 or 9.2 version, whatever available, you should know what are the limitations. So whatever PSpice you are using, that PSpice supports up to 64 nodes, 10 transistors, 65 digital primitive devices, 10 transmission lines, and 4 pair coupled transmission lines. So these are the limitations. You cannot go more than 10 transistor or more than 64 nodes. So one should know the limitation of this. Okay, because you are using student version PSpice, and if you want to simulate transistor more than 10, go for paid version, and complete your task. Okay. So now here I'm going to demonstrate some of the softwares like PSpice and Circuit Mod Simulator. Okay. So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
okay. First of all, I will discuss Circuit Mod Simulator, and then I will go for PSpice 9.1 or 9.2 software. Correct. Uh, yeah. So you can see this icon, Circuit Mod icon. You can see it is like IC. So this is actual IC symbol, DIP IC. DIP means dual inline package IC. You can see Circuit Mod Simulator. So this is blank template for Circuit Mod. Friends, you can see this is a place here your component. Correct. So now I will remove this by clicking right click mouse and I will cut it. So nothing is there on the blank template. Correct. Now, so I want to select particular components. So what you can do, you just right click. If you right click, you'll find these sections available like add wire, add resistor, add capacitor, add ground. Then passive components, you can see inductor, switch, potentiometer, transformer, relay, etc. etc. If you go to the input output section, you will find uh, voltage source, then analog output, analog input, clock, antenna, AM source, FM source, current source, and so on. Similarly, for active component, you can see there are diodes, Zener diodes, transistors, MOSFETs, SCR, tunnel diodes, buffers, and so on. If you go for second, you'll find logic gates. All logical gates are there: NAND gate, NOR gate, AND gate, OR, XOR, inverter, buffer, etc. Even though for chips, you will find ready-made blocks like multiplexer, demultiplexer, latches, etc. Display devices, LEDs, 7-segment display, so probe, etc., etc. So these are the different components available. Correct. So now, for experimentation purpose, I will take one component in front of you. I will take a resistor. So just click on that and drag it. So now this is a resistor, and by default resistor value is 100. And if you want to change, you right click, go to the edit and edit the value. So now I have selected 1 kilo ohm resistor. Now I want to add voltage source. So where you will get voltage source, you can see input and output. You'll find ground, voltage source 2 terminal, AC source 2 terminal, AC add voltage source 1 terminal. I will take 1 terminal. Okay. And you can see how that is connected. But you know, this is not connected properly. You can see they are separate. Correct. Now, I want to add ground as well. So this is ground. So now you can see 3 components. Voltage source is this resistor, and this is ground. Correct. Now I want to interconnect these components. So using wire, you can interconnect. See, connected. Connected. Is circuit visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now I connected 3 component: voltage source, resistor, and ground. Correct. Now I want to give text. I have to give some label. Suppose here label. Okay. So right click and suppose our first experiment is suppose Ohm's law. Apply. Okay. So you can see here, just right click and go to select and drag selected to select and you place anywhere. Okay. Now your circuit is ready. Correct. This simple circuit is ready. And now I want to see the result of this circuit. So what you do in this PSpice, you have right side button called as stopped. You can see this is, you can select and deselect. Correct. So now I'm deselecting and you can see your circuit is working and you can see this current speed can be visualized. You can see the current is moving from this voltage source to the ground through resistor. Correct. So now you can see this is a simulation speed. Simulation speed can be increased or decreased. Now my voltage source is 5 volt and resistor is 1 kilo. How much current flows through the circuit? It is 5 milliampere. Correct. Now I want to know, suppose here if I just take cursor over here and if you look at the bottom side here, bottom side you can see your current is 5 milliamp, VD is 5 volt, resistor is 1 kilo ohm and power dissipation is 25 milliwatt. But on this circuit nothing is visible, just component and that current is flowing. But somehow I would like to show that voltage and current in the circuit as well. So what I can do, I can go to input and output section and there I can take analog output O, analog output O. So you can see if I select this, here I should get 5 volt. So what I will do, I can right click it, go to the edit and here I will add this, apply, and now you can see voltage is 5 volt. Now you're also interested to know current flowing through the resistor. So here you're already getting current, how much current is flowing, but you are interested to show current here. So you can see, this, what I did here, I have connected resistor to the ground by a wire and I can convert that wire into a millimeter. So what you can do, you just right click that part, go to the edit and click for show current and apply. Now you can see in your circuit the voltage is showing, current is showing. So this is your Ohm's law, V equal to I into R. So current can be calculated from resistance and applied voltage. So now current is 5 milliamp. So what do? You change this voltage source. Suppose you take 10, apply. Immediately you can see the current is 10 milliamp. Suppose you want to change resistance. Suppose resistance is 10 kilo ohm. Apply and see. Now your current is 1 milliamp. This way, Ohm's law can be studied with the help of this circuit mod simulator. Now, I will just modify the same circuit. I will go from this ordinary Ohm's law circuit to the Kirchhoff's current law. Correct? So what can be done? I can add various resistors to this branch and I will study. Suppose this is 10K resistor, one more will be 5K and 1K. So what I will do, I can add resistors, like add resistor. I will add resistor this way. One more resistor. Okay, and I can connect. I will stop my simulation first. Okay, and I can add wires. See, I want to add current meter, therefore I'm adding wires. Now my circuit is complete, but you'll find some error. You can see here in the below, you'll find 3 bad connections. And you can see these are the 3 red spots. Those are telling you these are the bad connections. So what you do? Go to the wire and take this and just move to this. Take this, just move to this. Now you'll not find any warnings, or all connections are pretty good. Now you can see your simulation. Okay, so now what happens? Current is not, see, currents are also flowing to this, but it is not showing. So what I can do, I can add current and I will just check how much current flowing through that. Okay, so let me check. Yeah. There is problem, you can see. So we will remove this problem. So you need a little bit practice. Register was 1 kilo ohm, and you need a wire. Okay, and this. And now let us check. See, now the 3 different color currents can be seen, and here you're not getting the current. So what you do? Click on it and select current and apply. So you can see this is your Kirchhoff's current law. You can see resistor is 1K, therefore current is 10 milliamp, and here resistors are same, therefore current is 100 milliamp. So 100. So I can change this, and instead of 100 I can take 500. Yeah. So now you can see here 3 currents are entering to this point, like 10 milliamp, 20 milliamp and 100 milliamp. So total current is 130 milliamp current. So if you want to see that current, you can do one thing. You can stop this simulation and take this point below and add one more track over here and edit and say show the current and run it. Now you can see. So three currents are entering like 100 milliamp, 20 milliamp, 10 milliamp. So they are positive, and leaving current is 130 milliamp. So here your Kirchhoff's current law is verified. You can see 10, 20, 100, and this is 130 milliamp. You can change the label. You can say Kirchhoff's current law, KCL, and apply. Okay. Yes. So this way your circuit is ready for KCL. Correct. Now let us go for KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. You know, for in a loop, you need to take resistors or resistive component, maybe one loop, two loop, three loop, etc. So simultaneously, I will make circuit for KVL over here. So what I can do, I can take a resistor, suppose three resistors of same value. Or I may take one more, four resistors. And what I do, I can add a voltage source where you'll find in input and output. So suppose now I took one terminal, now I will take two terminal. See, this is add voltage source to terminal. Yeah. Now I will take a wire, connected, connected.
Excuse me, sir. Can I interrupt you in between?
Yes.
Actually, we are falling short of time. Can you just make it fast? It's 1:15 now.
Okay. So
So-
after that, I will take another tool. Okay. So I will complete this first. Okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Only 10 minutes are left.
So yeah, it's almost 1:10 now.
No, which will continue, or there is a break?
No, it was no. It's not. There's no break. It's a wait still 1:30. No.
Okay, okay, no
So-
problem, no problem.
Okay,
So
just
now you can see I can add ground. Okay, so I'm not adding ground. You can see the circuit is also working now. Now what I do, I can add analog output. You can see analog output I can add over here. No, undo. I can okay. So now here I'm interested to see the output voltages. So what is input voltage that we don't know? Let us click on it and take 10 volt. Apply. Okay. And now you can see over here in the below voltage is 10 and current is 25. But I'm interested to see voltages over here. What I do, I can right click, edit, and I will say show voltage. Apply. Show voltage. Apply. Show voltage. Apply. Okay. And I can add ground as well. Yeah, perfect. Now you can see over here these are the three different voltages. Those are appeared over here. And if you want, you can add one more over here. Okay, so your total voltage is 10, and that 10 voltage is equally divided 7.55, 2.5. This way, you can verify Kirchhoff's voltage law. Now, if I go to some other circuits, I will just show you some of the circuits. I will not show save this. Okay. Okay, or I will save this by some test2 name. Yeah. So I'm having one folder. In that folder, different circuitries are shown over there. Suppose first circuit which I would like to show you, that is for resistor and LED. So you can see here resistor is taken, LED is taken, this is voltage source and this is switch. So if you go to, if you click on right side, so you'll find, see in display, you'll find LED like this, correct? You know resistor and voltage, switch is also there. Go to the passive component and just select switch this way. So I have already selected, so I will just remove these selected parts and I will simulate the circuit. You can see your LEDs turn on, and if you click on this button switch, your LED is turned off. So this is on, this is off. This is simple simulator for resistor and LED driving circuit. You can see the current, how current is flowing. So current is 31 milliamp and voltage across LED is 1.88 volt, correct? So I will show you one more if time permit.
So we'll start with piecewise.
Okay, so this is also piecewise, madam.
Yeah.
This is also piecewise. Okay. Yeah. Yes. No. I would like to show you some more important point like BJT as an inverter. Okay. You can see transistor, LED, button, square input, supply, and LED. If you turn on this, so you can see my switch is off. If my switch is on, and if I increase simulation speed, you can see these are the two waveforms. One is at the input and other is at the output. You can see the switching action, and this is BJT as a inverter. You can see various parameters of input and output. Square input, if you're interested, you can change the parameters, register, etc. Okay, so this is one. Second, for half wave rectifier. Sorry, this is not half wave rectifier. Okay, somewhere it is there. Yeah, let us go for diode characteristics. So this is very interesting. Intentionally I made this for today's presentation. So majority of times you need to perform IV characteristics of BJT, FET, diode, Zener, etc. You can see this is a diode which I have taken from that section, and this is my triangular waveform with frequency 50 Hz. If you right click on that, you'll find various parameters. So I consider 650 millivolt maximum voltage, frequency 50 Hz, and offset voltage 250 millivolt, and offset phase offset 0. Now if you run this, so you'll find a proper graph of IV characteristics of PN junction diode. You can see the graph of IV characteristics of diode. See, generally we perform experiment and we plot a graph. You can see how diode characteristics is plotted. Similarly, I will go for Zener. So see, actually there is no big difference in modeling of PN diode and Zener diode. So you'll find similar, but here parameters are different. Here what I'm doing, I'm just changing DC offset voltage, that is minus 2.56 and maximum voltage 3.55, and this phase is 0. Okay, and for diode you'll find readily available model parameters. I'm not changing that. It is 5.4 value Zener, and if you run this, you'll find, yeah, you can see over here your yes, I'm increasing simulation speed. You can see how that voltage of Zener changes and current. You can see here voltage and current, and if you're interested you can plot graph. You can see this is for IV characteristics of Zener. Here you can see voltage and current. So if you want to perform, you just slow the speed and you can note down the reading of Zener diode, voltage and current, and you can plot the graph like you perform experiment in the lab. Yeah, second important thing which I would like to discuss, that is square wave generator. So you know this is IC555. This is already available here, and you just connect component resistor R1, R2, capacitor C1, and here at the output I have connected LED. So this is my astable multivibrator, and if you run this, you'll find simulation of astable multivibrator, and here you can see the output waveform at the output. If you want output waveform, you just double click it, and just click on view in scope, so that you will get a direct waveform over here. So this is your astable multivibrator. This is really easy because hardly you take component and just 3 components added at the in front, and you know formula for a stable multivibrator, that is 1.44 upon R1 plus twice R2 into C1, and this component decides your frequency, and here you can see frequency is 159.88 Hertz. So as per values of this component, frequency is generated. After this, I'm going to show you very interesting point, that is a TDM, time division multiplexing part. Here,
Sir, TDM is not there now.
no, just for knowing what is TDM. Yeah. So you can see this is multiplexer, 2 line to 1 line, 2 to 1 multiplexer. These are the 2 frequencies, F1 and F2, and this is control select frequency. So what I did, I have taken 2 different frequencies, and these frequencies get selected at the output. You can see, yeah, here you can see 2 frequencies are selected. You can see this is one F1, this is F2, F1 and F2, F1 and F2. This is automatically selected. So this is very easy. So now what I did, I use ready-made clock. If you are not interested for ready-made clock, generate clock and apply. You can see. So now F1 and F2 are generated by astable multivibrators, and these generated signals are given to your multiplexer. You can see here. Yeah. So Yeah, so here it is already selected. And second, this one, last. Now even control frequency is also designed by this timer IC, and you can see the result. So you are interested to see result at the output, so just click here and you can see the result. Yeah, you can see. So this is what TDM, time division multiplexing. So point is this, you can simulate any circuit, simple circuit or difficult circuit, analog circuit or digital circuit, correct? So this is what time division multiplexing. You can see three stable multivibrators are used, and this one digital block, that is two line to one line multiplexer. So here I have simulated 4 blocks, and you can see your result is in front of you. So this way, circuit mod simulator can be used effectively for simulation purpose. Any circuit, analog, digital, or mixed circuits can be simulated. So I think I will stop for this circuit simulation part using using circuit mod simulator, and just I will show you this last part, and then I will go for PSpice 9.1 or 9.2. You can see this JK flip-flop, and if you turn on this, so you'll find LED switching action. This JK flip-flop clock is connected, and this is my input connected to J and K. So J and K both are 1, and this clock, you can see your result here and on the waveform. If you are interested, you'll also find ready-made circuits in this template. You can see here logic transistor, suppose NOT gate, and you can see how this transfer works. Suppose input is high, output is okay. Run this. You can see output low, input high, low input, output high. Okay, and for better understanding, you can connect LED so that you'll understand that better. And you can add this here and run this. So you can see, okay, yeah, so this is not connected. Yeah, ground is not connected. So you add ground so that your circuit is run. You can see, yeah. So this way, ready-made circuits are also there, and you can model your own circuits in circuit mod simulator. So I think I will end circuit mod simulation demonstration, and I will switch over to my PSpice part. So till this, any uh, suggestion or any query regarding circuit mod simulation? So here, just for demonstration purpose, I showed some of the simple circuits. So you can design complex circuit and simulate it, try to predict the result, try to predict behavior of the circuit from the circuit mod or PSpice. Okay, so shall I move to next part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am moving to next part, and that is PSpice. How much time I'm having, madam?
Now it's almost 125 now, sir.
Okay, so how much time I can extend?
Just see, but it will be depending on
10
our
minutes?
students' query also. Yes, sir.
Okay, 10 minutes. So within 10 minutes, I will close this simulation demo. Now, you can download this PSpice software, maybe
I have already
9.1.
downloaded it. Yeah.
So yeah, so you can download it,
Yeah,
and
yes.
yeah. So actually, I know you people are already using this, but as far as demo part is concerned, we will discuss this, correct? So yeah. So this is main PSpice dashboard, where you can select component and perform PSpice simulation. So these are the main menu bar buttons, and in draw you'll get different component, like suppose here ready-made components are there, like your IC, your power supply, you can see your IC 7400, etc. So these components are available. So whatever components needed, you can just select and press. So suppose you want register, what you can do, you just type R. So you'll find R, uh, place and close. So you'll get this R, correct? Suppose you want capacitor, correct? Now, uh, I want to perform a simple experiment like filter experiment, for example, because in that you are interested to see AC analysis and transient or TF analysis, something like that. So I need resistor, capacitor, and suppose voltage source, AC. So you may take a component from this. Suppose I used this PSpice before, therefore list is already here. So you may take from this, or you may go from this option. Now I want to connect these components. So first of all, I will rotate this component. So I will go to edit option and I can rotate this. Now, so I have rotated this component and I want to connect this. So you can see this is a wire. So I can wire these components. Okay. And suppose I want to change value. So a resistor is 1 kilo ohm by default and capacitor is 1 nanofarad by default. Suppose I want to change, suppose I want 0.1 microfarad. So just type U for microfarad. Voltage, suppose 10 volt. And for this circuit, you need ground as well. So I used this before. So therefore it is there. You just type AGND, that is analog ground. So this is analog ground, correct? Now my circuit is ready. So now you can see voltage source of 10 volt, AC source, resistor, capacitor. And now I want to decide which type of analysis I want. So here you can see there is setup analysis box. Click it and you can see these are the different analysis commands available. So already some of them is already explained to you. You can see this is parametric analysis, sensitivity analysis, temperature, transfer function, transient, bias, DC sweep, AC sweep, and so on. So I don't want this bias point, I want AC analysis. So I want to see AC response of the circuit. So if you click on that, what you will get? You will get different types of AC analysis. So if you refer any book, you will find complete information regarding this. So these are the 3 types of AC analysis: linear, octave, and decade. So I have selected linear. I want to change frequency linearly. So my starting frequency, suppose 10 hertz, and suppose end frequency 100 kilohertz, and total points I want 101. So I want 101 readings, total points. That's it. And suppose a transient analysis is also required. So see my starting, suppose 0 nanosecond to 1000 nanoseconds. So this is my transient analysis because I want response of circuit with respect to time. So therefore I have mentioned time, final time. So only 2 analysis I want for this. Close it. And now after this, very important section, that is electrical rule check. So if you click on this, no new schematic must be saved. First of all, you need to save that. Suppose test 1. Now I saved my circuit with the test1.sch. SCH means schematic. So electrical rule check. This is very, very important. This software will check whether all points are connected, whether some points or nodes are floating or not. This will check. So after this, you need to create a netlist. You know, a netlist creation is also important. In old version, uh, automatically you people were writing program in descriptive way. So that time creation of netlist was not required, but in window base you need this. Here you can mention setup, it is already considered here. Now go for simulation. So now if you simulate this, so you'll find here, yeah, you can see PSpice Manager Viewer, there is no warning or there is no error, correct? Yeah. So here you'll find analysis type, which analysis type you want, whether you want AC analysis or DC analysis. In the left side, you can see bias point calculated, AC analysis finished, bias point calculated, transient analysis, simulation complete. And here you will find all information like time step, time required for simulation. It is 1 microsecond. See, within 1 microsecond, simulation is done, correct? So I will go for AC. Now, if you look at your circuit, there are two components and I'm interested to take output across capacitor C1. So therefore, I need to take voltage across C1. So you can see here you have add traces. I'm interested to see waveform. So therefore, I will click on this and here you will find many output variables. So you're not interested for all. So I will remove allies. I'm interested for voltage only. So I will select just voltage. So only 3 or 4 parameters are available. Output variables are available. So what I want voltage drop across capacitor. Suppose this. So I selected twicely. So I can remove one of them and this. Let us check. So what happens? You can see your response. So what is this? This is your low pass filter. You can see your voltage is decreasing as frequency increases, your voltage decreases. And you are taken this simulator took reading up to 100 kilohertz because I mentioned end frequency 100 kilohertz, but your cutoff frequency is below 20k. So somewhere here you are getting your cutoff frequency maybe suppose this is 5, 10, below 5 kilohertz. Okay, so you may define frequency range from 0 hertz to 5 kilohertz so that you will get a proper response. So this is your low pass filter, correct? So here I defined that. So I can change AC sweep. Yeah, so I can take only 5 kilo. Okay, and you can see again. Yeah, now you can see properly frequency response of your low pass filter. Then second part is transient. Let us see transient part of the circuit. So you can see on your x-axis there is time, and on y-axis you can decide what parameter you want. I don't want this. I want only suppose current of this. Yeah. Okay. Current. Okay, I selected current. Okay, I will check voltage. Sorry, not this. Okay, so not this. You can decide what parameter you want. Okay, suppose IR1. Yeah. So now you're getting steady response, correct? So what you need to define that T below microsecond. So as per your setting, you get your result. Yeah. So this way you'll get a transient response of any circuit, correct? And yeah, suppose you want to select a different component, you may select any component, transistor, diode, etc. For diode, you can select this and place and perform the experiment. Similarly, transistor can be selected, yeah, different waveforms can be selected, a sine wave, square wave, triangular, or even a pulse can be selected. You can see. So all components are there. Even Laplace transform is also possible. Switches. Uh, so nonlinear components are also there. So this way, I think this way you can perform any simulation of any circuit. I know I'm having very less time, and with this less time, it is very difficult to complete all circuit. Those are given over here. Even though I would like to show you one PSpice, yeah, maybe it is there. Open, yeah, diode characteristics. Yes, yeah. So you can also simulate this, and you can see the result for a diode. Correct. You can run this. My circuit is already run before, so you can see DC analysis, and you can see the response of your diode. You can see this is my current. Your y-axis is current, and your x-axis is x-axis voltage. You can see you can find out a new voltage. You can see 700 millivolt. Your current is exceeding. You can see onward this. Correct. So this is what your IV characteristics of diode, and yeah.
So can you show a digital circuit?
Yeah, same way. So you need to select just component, uh, digital component. Um, I think just I will discriminate these two things. Simulation of digital circuits are very easy in circuit mod simulation, and analog circuits simulation is better in PSpice. But here you have both facilities. Okay, go to new option. Okay, yeah. So go to draw, get new part, and here you have option. You can see. That's it. So this way, you select a digital component, connect input and connect output to the different load, and output of the load can be observed in graph or maybe in tabular form. But problem is here, you will not find LED, etc. over here. Therefore, you need to see output only on waveform. So this way, see, so suppose here I want a diode, sorry, this one, NAND gate, correct? And you just decide what to connect at the output and what not to connect at the output. Suppose you want to connect a resistor at the output. So what do you do? Okay, close. Yeah. Okay, here you select a resistor, madam. Yeah, this way. Okay, and connect ground. And now for digital circuit, you need digital ground. For analog circuit, you need analog ground. So connect digital ground here and give input using power supply. Suppose you are given 5 volt and this is your NAND gate, you know, if you short this, which will work as a NOT gate. So if input is high, output will be low. If input low, output will be high. This way, any digital circuit, can be performed using this PSpice 9.1 or 9.2. Some PSpice softwares, they support for different analysis like spectrum analysis or some uh, charts are generated. Recently, we have purchased one multisim in Ferguson College. That is paid version and cost is more than 1 lakh. Yesterday already I shared that with madam, Anita madam. So total cost was 2,58,000, which includes hardware and software. So see, software to software or version to version facilities are different. So as per your requirement, as per your need, you can elaborate particular software and get benefit. So for this, I'm recommending one very nice book for PSpice. That is Introduction of PSpice by Muhammad Rashid. So there are two different books. One of them is in DOS base and other is in window base. So I think as per your need or requirement, you take a book. Sometimes you may get ebook of that person for elaboration of further experimentation based on PSpice. So see, you can use any software. Basic principle remains same. Modeling remains same. So diode, when we say diode, we know there is a black color component and there is a silver ring and a non-linear. But your PSpice, in PSpice, you will find actual model. So there are total 27 parameters. Total 27 parameters needed to define a diode. And I think 50 to 60 parameters needed for defining transistor. So in backend, they are already defined. We are just user. We are user of the software. Suppose you are very, very much interested, you can model your own component. Your diode will behave like your expectations. Correct? So this way, you can use PSpice very effectively for your further studies and further research, and you can complete your task. In my PhD work, I use Simplorer, one of the best simulation tool that is also supported for chemical systems or physical systems or some civil engineering type of systems, even though for electrical also. So in a market, you will find different simulation software. As per your requirement, you choose and complete your task. I think this is what I would like to share with you for PSpice. Yeah. One more important thing which I would like to tell you. I'm having video lectures prepared for students of Ferguson College and other colleges as well. I'm having my own YouTube channel, and on that YouTube channel, different lectures are uploaded. Even though I have uploaded some lectures based on simulation, circuit mod simulation, I request all participants. Those are linked now. They can just search my name, Dr. Vijay P. Labde, on YouTube, and you can subscribe that channel, and you can view different videos on simulations and different parts of electronics. So already some of the videos are uploaded. Second important information which I would like to share with you, my C and C++ lectures are already uploaded by Government of India on EPG Pathshala portal, government portal. There total 32 lectures are there. You can see these lectures. These lectures are free of cost. Even though if you subscribe my channel, you can also watch my upcoming videos based on electronics field. So I think from my side, I completed. And if there are no questions, I would like to propose thanks to all viewers and my colleague friends. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, on
Yeah.
behalf of St. Mira's College and the department, I would like to thank Dr. Labde for his lecture. He has not only covered the PSpice, but he has covered the new software, which is circuit mode simulation. So, girls, you can try your hands on circuit mode simulation also after PSpice. First, get hands clear on the PSpice and then move to the circuit mode simulation. And as sir already said, that his many videos are available online, so that you can subscribe the channel also to know more about this. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your precious time and the knowledge you have imparted within our
Thank,
students and to us also. Thank you, sir.
thank you,
Thank
madam.
you, sir.
Thank you,
Yeah.
girls,
Yes.
for
Okay.
listening patiently.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Shall I leave, madam?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Girls, you can also leave now. Okay.
Madam, have you recorded this lecture?
Yes, sir. I have recorded it.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes.